EBM, that is related to the fundamentals of the HRM. Now, what actually the HRM is? It is the human resource and management. So if you look at the history, so previously the employees were said to be the liability where you have to pay the amounts to the employees over there. But now this is not the case. Those are considered as asset now. Those are considered what? Those are considered as assets. And what the human resource management is all about? It is about managing the resources, managing those assets which are related to the personnel, that how they are developing in the institute, how they are being utilized in the institute itself. That okay. So organizations are what? Organizations are nothing but these are resources of men, machinery, material, money. Now these all things are now collected, and further these are coordinated, and they will be utilized in some particular manner so as to have an output from that particular manner. Is that clear? Now, if we look at these resources individually, these are not effective enough, these are not useful, and they cannot fulfill any of the objective of the organization. But if these are united in a way into a team itself, definitely they can earn the organizations a lot. Okay, so it is a through the combined efforts of the people that the material monetary resources, these are utilized effectively so as to achieve the organizational objectives. Okay, now, if we look at some organization, if we consider some organization is basically what? Organization is having some common goals. Let us take the case that if we want to achieve a turnover of 1000 crores or something like that. So now there is some common goal that is to be achieved. And for that particular purpose, we'll be doing what? We will be uniting the organization, uniting all the resources of the organization, whether those are materialistic, whether those are related to the personal itself. And further, there will be division of labor. There will be a division of labor, there will be some authority, there will be some hierarchy, and there will be the responsibility assigned at the different levels. Okay, so now that basically forms what? That basically forms the organization itself. Okay, so it is basically achievement of the common goals by way of division of the labor through a hierarchy of the authority and the responsibility. Okay, and that particular definition was given by the Edgar Schein itself. Okay, now let's move further and let us have a look at the authors and their work. First of all, it is related to the Peter Drucker. In the book of the Landmarks of Tomorrow, no matter how we can quantify, the basic phenomena are qualitative. So whatsoever you produce in whatever so quantity do you produce, it never matters, but actually that matters. It is related to the quality. It is related to the quality, whether it is related to the innovation, risk, judgment, dedication, each and everything related to that. That particular definition was given by Peter Drucker itself. Then it is related to the Robert Owen. Now why these definitions and why these author names are important? Because these are being asked in the exam itself, so you have to take an idea related to that. And further, related to the Robert Owen, now just look at the surname over here, that is Owen. Owen is what? Owen is a machine that you use in the home itself. Okay, so you can just take a note from it itself. I know it's something not related to the pattern, but this is how you can just relate it with something, and further you can memorize related to it. So Robert Owen said over there that best investment of an organization is what? It is in the worker itself. I already told you that worker is what? Worker is an asset. So he says that the best investment of the organization is the worker, and these are the vital machines. These are what? These are the vital machines. Then it is related to the Charles Babbage. So Charles Babbage basically invented what? He invented the computer. He invented the computer. So we can say, we can just memorize from that particular point that computer is related to what? It is related to the scientific principles. So related to the scientific principle definition, it was given by whom? It was given by the Charles Babbage itself. Okay, so he believed that the scientific principles to work process can be applied. Scientific principles can be applied to the work principles. He believed in that. He never just applied that particular term. He just coined that particular term, that these scientific principles can be applied to the work processes so as to increase the productivity, and to reduce the expenses over there. Now further, the Frederick Taylor utilized this particular coinage that was given by the Charles Babbage, and further he said His concept related to division of labor. So he basically applied the scientific principles. He applied the scientific principles, and he is famous for his concept of division of labor and time and the mother studies related to it. So what he just said that the work can be basically broken down into the smaller units, because further the Grant and Gilberts substantiated the Frederick Taylor's concept. And what was it related to? There was some we can say ignorance to the vital aspects that was related to the behavior factor was not taken, because Frederick Taylor just basically focused upon the factor that the work can be broken down into the simpler units, and people can do understand those smaller bits, because they do not understand what is a full work performer over there. That is just like that employees will be given a bit of the work over there, they'll be solving these particular bits over there, and further further their services will be utilized. Okay, and further people do given the activity in return for money. So people will do the given activity, whatsoever the work is just given to them, they will be performing that activity because they will be getting the money. And further people will have to do what is defined by the organization and in turn by the technology. So they will be doing that particular work in the manner the organization wants them to do, and further in turn that will be done by the technology itself. So those were the major assumptions by the Frederick Taylor approach. And further, but the loophole was related to that the Frederick Taylor definition, that the Frederick Taylor concept never basically had concerned about the human behavior. Okay, so it concentrated on the activities. It concentrated on what? It concentrated on the activities and related to the work only, but basically it never had taken the behavior aspect into the account. It never had taken the behavior aspect into the account itself. Okay, so that was related to Grant and Gilbert. So first, let me just remind you that the Peter Drucker talked about what? It basically talked about whatsoever you do quantitatively, what matters actually, it is a qualitative thing only. Robert Owen said that the worker is a vital machine. Charles Babbage basically believed that the scientific principles can be applied to the work processes so as to increase the productivity and to decrease the expenses. Further, Frederick Taylor just basically applied that particular coinage by the Charles Babbage, and further his concept for division of work and labor and time was quite famous over there. And for the Grant and Gilbert, further they did what? They substantiated the concept of the Frederick Taylor. Okay, that's what we have studied so far. Then it is related to Alton Mayo and others at Westlake Electric Company. They said that the human studies is basically a landmark. It basically what? It is a landmark in the evolution of the management. Because previously also the management was being done, but it was not the way the processes were thought about. Okay, it was not the way the workers were given the priority about. Okay, so it's basically a landmark in the evolution of the management, and further the human approach in the management itself. Further, the researchers like Chris Agres, A. Maslow, Douglas McGregor, Frederick Husserberg, they highlighted the dimensions of motivation. This is just an overview related to the different units that we'll be covering in the upcoming units itself. So I'm just giving an idea related to it. Now further, can you please do answer the following? And you do answer the following. So who used to call his workers the vital machines? Who used to call his workers the vital machines? I already told you, you can memorize it from the surname Owen over there. You can memorize it from the surname Owen over there. So that is a Robert Owen. That is a Robert Owen used to call his workers the vital machine. Second, it says the landmarks of tomorrow. A book on human resources management has been authored by Peter Drucker. It has been authored by Peter Drucker. And in years 1856 to 1915, who conceptualized and pioneered the scientific management approach. Scientific management approach that was related to whom? In year 1856 to 1915, who conceptualized and pioneered scientific management approach, that was Frederick Taylor. That was Frederick Taylor, because Charles Babbage just basically believed that the scientific phenomena scientific principles can be applied to the work processes. Okay, but conceptualization was done by the Frederick Taylor itself. Okay, then it is said an organization is a rational combination of the activities of a number of people of the achievement for the achievement of some common explicit purpose or goal through a division of labor and function through a hierarchy of authority and responsibility. This definition was given by Edgar Schein, as I just told you. Okay, that was basically related to the short points.